Okay, we are ready to drink whiskey together. So if you have any questions during this whole hour, then put them in the chat because I'm watching chat right here. So, hi, in case you don't know, I'm Daniel Whittington, the Chancellor at Wizard Academy and Whiskey Marketing School. And I did this because as we've been talking in the comments and on videos, and as you know, there's not really a way for me to talk to you guys directly and kind of interact and hang out with you. So this is it. And maybe we'll find another way at some point. But for now, a good live stream and a chat session. And if anything's going wrong or you can't hear me or you're going to have to tell me because I don't know what I'm doing over here. This is maybe the third time I've ever done a YouTube live ever. So the chances of me screwing something up are not small. But a lot of great humans in the chat already. And I'm going to start by pouring, and we're going to try to help me keep track. Every 10 minutes, we switch to the next whiskey, and that's how we stay on track. Oh, come on. Pouring a Longmorn 16. That's just not even fair. Okay. Malt Philistine. Hey, good humans in this group. All right. I saw Eric Waite in there earlier. I popped it in the middle of his sentence. Yeah, that's not surprising. Okay. And you're going to hear my grandfather clock. That's like 3 feet away from me. And by the way, so Teeling small batch is what I keep in my carafe. So this is Teeling small batch. I don't have the bottle. I threw it away after I poured the whiskey into this carafe. This is my Irish whiskey carafe. And what I always do is I have 3 carafes, 1 bourbon, 1 scotch, and 1 Irish. And they're like my sort of default, relatively budget, although Teeling is not budget anymore, but nice enough that I look forward to drinking it. And that way I work my way through all of the bottles. Their small batch is everything they do is not everything, but almost everything they do has some sort of cask finishing or special aging. I can't remember. Souter was here. He could nail it, and Waite might know it, but actually Matt might know it. I think the small batch is mostly various wine casks mixed in with their other. And so you get that. It's also not entirely pot still. I recycled the bottle. Yeah, that's nice stuff. Oh, rum cask. Small batches rum. Yes, you said that. I just saw the word rum. Phoenix Rising. Okay. Hello from, Coleraine. The former whiskey. Nice. All right. Near the home of Bushmills. Rum cask. So that is what adds that slightly brittle note to small batch that I think throws some people sometimes, but I don't actually mind it. So, and Powers John's Lane would have been my pick. I actually have that right there. I can see it through the glass right there. But I wanted to make sure we were drinking things that most people could get a shot, with the exception of the rye that I chose. Whiskey Shaman's here. All right. If you got questions, ask them. I don't have a plan on what to talk about entirely. I will tell you, I've been trying to think of other ways that we could add periodic content to the Vault channel without it being a heavy lift. And you guys have had some really amazing question or suggestions, but so many of them, I look at the infrastructure of that and think, no, there's no way that I could pull that off right now. And so I'm going to keep working on that. We might try test shooting some things. And if it feels like it's easy, we'll start soft launching them into the channel here and there, things that happen like once a month. Okay. So amazing. No, Eric, amazing. ING words always end with a hard G, which makes you guys think I'm saying K, but that's not how that works because I speak amazing. All right. Somebody said, what makes a whiskey decanter worthy? That was Alexander Britton. For me, what makes a whiskey decanter worthy is cheap enough that I don't feel like I need to protect the bottle, but nice enough that if I grab the decanter and take it out to the deck with a book or a cigar or with friends, I look forward to pouring it. So when I come home, if I grab a decanter, I'm not just going cheap. I'm going for something I actually look forward to, but it's not like a $300 bottle of whiskey in there. So easy to repeat. Freak Mac. Okay. How do is a good question. I am Darts and wow, this chat's moving fast. I might need to back up a little bit. How do you fit alcohol in your life as you age? I drink 2 pours and the next day I feel terrible. Well, okay. My first question is going to be how big are your pores? Because this is my pour. That is maybe an ounce. And I actually feel like I poured too much. If I'm going to do these 6, I really should have poured about a fourth of that. I'm very careful. If I drink 5 ounces in one night, I actually don't feel great the next day. That's just too much hard liquor for me. And I spread it out over long lengths of time. And then there's a lot of things, vitamins and rehydrating electrolyte water can help sometimes. But, they're all various things. Oh, the widest spot on a Glencairn is 1.5, says Steve A. But there's the widest spot. This is like when musicians say, hit on the downbeat. And a real musician's like, yeah, but a downbeat is like this big. So you want me to be right on the beat on the back end or the front end? Because that's the difference between rock and roll and hip hop and punk rock and metal. So the fat part of this is pretty fucking wide. Oh, and there's going to be cursing in this stream because I can't bleep it out like I do on the channel. Sorry. Okay, been debating on getting a canner so I don't have to worry about corks. Yeah, me too. I don't keep an infinity bottle, Stormtrooper. Not right now. Because what I've switched to instead of drinking me and mine, we've switched to let's take empty bottles and just work our way through bottles until they're gone instead of continuing to open up random things. And so I'm not going through whiskey in the same kind of way I was when I was doing infinity bottles. Sorry. Okay. So that is that super shiny, but then there's that sort of butterscotchy note behind it and that sort of like pastry, flaked pastry, kind of buttercream frosting. There's a little bit of a funk to the nose of this, and I'm wondering if it's my glass. Yeah, something's weird. That's not normal. That's not a normal Teeling. I think something went weird in my decanter. Does it smell sort of like fast foody all of a sudden in this room? Sorry, I have a friend who's hanging out, staring at me right over here. I probably shouldn't be holding a side conversation. Okay, so something's a little off on that. It's not on the palate, though. The palate's fine. It's a little flat. There's a chance that... So I had this decanter out during my St. Pat's party at my house. There's a chance that somebody set the lid back on and didn't seal it correctly, and it evaporated a little bit. But this is not what I remember for what I actually prefer. How many bottles do I personally own? That right there, these 2 cabinets, and that right there, that's my current whiskey collection. I have no idea. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I mean, I would probably say it's around 150 bottles if I had to guess. But that's definitely a guess. I don't know for sure. Okay, I'm trying to catch back up. Oh, someone said, is pot still or single malt your preferred in Irish whiskey? Noah Garber. Oh, by the way, hi. Pot still. Almost always prefer pot still Irish whiskey to the Irish single malt. Just, that's my thing. And no, Jack, Gordon didn't wash these. I'm at my house, so if something's wrong with my glass, it is definitely my fault. All right, I'm going to set this glass aside. I've got clean glasses for everything. So I chose Ireland because the first time that whiskey's mentioned in Irish written history, it's in 1405. And the second written down mention of whiskey history is in Scotland, which is why I'm moving to, I think it was Bruichladdich, the Laddie. Now, I have a change. I know you should not do that. But, and no, that's not a D18 hanging behind me. I'll tell you what that guitar is, by the way. Man, I don't even know if a song would sound good on this thing. Let's see. Oh, Antonio Sandoval, I've got an answer to the music. Okay, so the glass seems fine. So I ran out of the Laddie, Bruichladdich the Laddie. I went to grab it, and I had a bottle sitting on my counter. I was like, oh, I got that. No need to go find a bottle. And then I went to pour it, and at some point, we finished that, and then someone put it back in my cabinet for me as a favor. And so I don't have it anymore. And I discovered this before I had a chance to go to the store. So instead, I'm going to drink the Bruichladdich 18 because it was a fancy bottle I had over here that I've been saving. And this seems like a good excuse to try it. Oh, yeah, that is musty. All right. That's got the funk. Dun, 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 dun. It's not smoky, but it's weighty and heavy and and Irene Tan is in here. Sweet. How are you, Irene? Best album and bottle pairing. That would be great. And let me go back because the question was asked, what music am I listening to right now? And the answer is currently I'm obsessed with the new Elbow album that is called, oh, I can't remember what it's called. Something odd. Someone look it up. The new Elbow album. And it's just fantastic. Absolutely amazing. And yes, I agree, Jessica. I'm gonna have to agree now. And we've got Irene Tan in the house, guys. Everybody say hi to Irene. Salty and Audio Vertigo. That's the one. Elbow Audio Vertigo. Man, it's an amazing album. Go get it. I probably shouldn't say that. That's a call to action on a nonprofit channel. For more information about Elbow's Audio Vertigo, go to google.com. Oh, yes. Man, that Bruichladdich is beautiful. It's delicate and it's salty, but it's not smoky, but it's floral, but it's sort of earthy and garden house musty. It's just got all kinds of good things happening to it. That's so good. Eric Waite's going to be in Scotland in 9 days, guys. This should be his going away party stream. He'll probably do his own. Okay. Yep. Okay, so because someone asked, and I'm a nerd like that, I got this. Maybe you can hear me. I got this guitar when I was 16 for my birthday, and it's been with me through 15 odd countries and touring for 20 years and all over the world on all kinds of stages. You can even see I'm starting to dig into the back here. This is a Alvarez, but it was a special edition Alvarez that was handmade by Yari. It was a series. He's a Japanese guitar maker, and I saw Eric's comment. That's good. Anyway, he did a hand-run series, and I've just never found anything that sounds like this guitar sounds. It's got the growl of a Martin, that deep, low, mid-rangey, muty growl, but it's got, oh, there's my clock, but it's got the high sparkle of a Taylor, and it's just right in the middle. Yeah, it's good. All right, I should probably hang that back up. Also,